afternoon, and what we're seeing this afternoon is certainly a marked increase in traffic volumes, and I must say a very marked increase in terms of heavy-duty vehicles. That would be trucks like the one that's going to pass behind me right now, as well as other vehicles. I think there will be commercial vehicles like the bakkie carrying all of those water containers and water canisters and other containers, including a couch, I think there would be, as well as buses. So this is certainly the mood right here in terms of what is happening right now. But I can tell you that the SAPS are also out in full force. I'm going to ask Max Slatlolo just to follow me across and look further south. As you can see, the two SAPS officers there, and one of the officers that is stopped the truck is one of those road traffic officers. The trucks are being given special attention, but they are not the only ones that are being inspected. They're being inspected, of course, for roadworthiness, as well as permits and other logistics that they need to be on the road, as promised by the National Traffic Department. Now, to give me more on what is actually happening in terms of the volumes and in terms of the operations and the latest statistics, I'm joined, as always, by Simon Zwane of the Road Traffic Management Corporation. Mr. Zwane, thank you very much for speaking to us on Newzroom Afrika, as always. What's the latest in terms of traffic volumes, and have there been any incidents on the road so far?
No, it's been a fairly event-free traffic today. Here at Courasel, we're having more than 1,700 vehicles passing an hour. So we are now at the peak of traveling for this period. We're hoping that this will go on for another hour before it subsides.
And going into, of course, the holiday weekend period, how are you expecting the volumes to go in terms of the numbers? Are they supposed to peak, or are we going to see a flattening of that peak?
Yeah, no, we think from tomorrow there will be no traffic. It will be very low numbers. It subsides until on the 24th, that is next week Friday. We are expecting that there will be more vehicles on the roads then, when people will be rushing to have Christmas in their various destinations in the countryside or on the coast.
As always, motorists seem to be adhering to the warnings that it's going to be zero tolerance this festive season. We haven't seen any reckless driving, any speeding. No one really stopped. But what is the operations going to be in terms of attitude of officers to those who transgress?
Yeah, the attitude is the same. Zero tolerance to any transgression in this period. And it's encouraging to see that up to so far we're not seeing those heavily overloaded trailers and buses. Maybe they're planning to come in later, but that is when they're going to be caught because there will be more traffic officers later in the evening.
All right, thank you very much. That is the RTMC, Simon Zwane, just giving us an idea of what it's looking like on the roads, and certainly the warning is that there's going to be more officers deployed on the road. This is something that Police Minister Begitele has also echoed throughout the week at the various events that he has attended. And this would be something that he says the law enforcement agencies are definitely going to come with something of a bite. And those who transgress the road laws will face the full might of the law. That includes pedestrians, Stephen. And just driving through a bit earlier, I did see just a few pedestrians walking on the side of the road of the freeway on this side of the yellow line. But at the same time, that's really discouraged. Officials are saying very strongly to pedestrians, if you're going to walk, try to walk as far away from the freeway as you can, or avoid them altogether. And at the same time, don't drink and walk, just as if you mustn't drink and drive.
Tumaole, I mean, we know how traditionally this has been such a terrible time on our roads. The pandemic, of course, has upset absolutely everything. The uncertainty, people can't plan, they can't plan to travel. Many people haven't seen their families in a long time. Is anyone making any kind of prediction of what kind of traffic picture we're going to see going into the festive season and after Christmas coming out of it?
Absolutely, Stephen. In fact, that prediction was made by the Transport Minister, Fikile Mbalula, just a few days ago at the official launch of the RTMC's drive for the festive season in terms of unveiling their plans. And he says that this festive season, it is anticipated that the traffic volumes will be quite high as people go out to try and make merry if they can after a very difficult period given the impact of COVID-19. He says that he expects also the trade between countries, especially on the N1 highway going into Zimbabwe and out into other SADC regions, is going to be pretty high. So the officers, bad news is that there's no festive break for them. They're going to be out in full force. He's saying that he appealed to law enforcement officials to understand that they will be called upon, and they will be called upon right around the clock.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, live, of course, on the N1 this afternoon. Thanks very much indeed.